and Barcelona La Liga game set to be played in Miami in December. He said, I wouldn't do it. It's not good for the players. You have to travel a lot. It's also not fair in terms of competition. For us, it's now an away match on neutral ground. Well, Barcelona president Joan Laporta has responded to what he's had to say and said he is the captain of Barca and I can respect his opinion, but the club will play where La Liga says. If the Villarreal-Barca match is to be played in Miami, then we will go to Miami. Frank and Jan are joining us again here. Obviously, we've been talking about this. Frank, you're already shaking your head here.
Well, because Laporta is saying, in fact, yeah, he's a captain of Barca, but we don't care what he says because we want the money. And so we're going to decide whatever is the best for the Barca bank and the Liga bank, I don't know. But that's it. But I'm 100% with Frenkie de Jong, and that's only a fair comment from him. And that's absolutely stupid to make team traveling, getting the jet lag. And it's so unfair comparing to the others. The one thing where you do the 10 games of one day away from home, okay, that may be stupid, even more stupid, but at least it's only fair. But it's unfair to Villarreal and Barca because players will have to travel to accept the jet lag, and their body gonna be tired.
What do you think, Jan?
Well, believe it or not, I agree with Frank because I think I can accept the Super Cup final. I can accept that. I can see the point of doing the branding, do things like that around the world. I can understand that, but I feel they take this too far. That is unfair of the other teams, but it's also unfair for the fans. I mean, these are die-hard fans. If you talk to the fans, okay, who are we playing this weekend? We're playing Villarreal in Miami. Okay, see you Monday. I mean, this is not what is happening. I think they are shaking too much the culture here, and I don't like that. Yeah. I can, though, accept the Super Cup then and again.
There is some, as Alex Kirkland was saying yesterday, I believe, there is some subsidy for Villarreal fans, i.e. coming to America. The
President said all along that they'll be paying for the season ticket holders to go.
And everybody else gets, if they choose not to go, they get half price. Yes. They get some sort of remuneration. I don't want to go over yesterday what I said, but in a sense, I've always kind of been one to fight against it, but I've never really believed in this. But kind of things are changing, aren't they? It just feels like it's It feels like it's inevitable. That's where sport is going, not just soccer.
We could sit here and talk for half an hour about all the things that are wrong with it. But what is actually right with it? What is the benefit? Other than Barcelona getting a lot of money, Villarreal getting a lot of money, Villarreal fans getting a wee cheap getaway for a couple of days.
And a lot of fans over this side of the world getting to see these.
Well, you're trying to broaden your horizons as a federation and as a league. You know, whether it will have the impact that is intended remains to be seen, and that could be a very long-term view to find that out. But I think for La Liga, it's one way to try and somehow close the gap to the Premier League, which hasn't made itself the platform that it is on taking games abroad, but it did it on absolutely marvellous marketing many years ago.
Yeah. Stevie, you've seen that they fill the stadiums even for friendlies here. Barcelona and Real Madrid do. So imagine those fans that fill those stadiums already are going to get to see a competitive match with those teams here much closer to home.
If you want to make that the positive, then okay, I'll accept it. The problem is there are so many negatives. And for me, the biggest one for me is the competition side of it. You know, Real Madrid, who will complain about anything, if I was Real Madrid, I'd be going, hold on a second. If there's any way possible that Barcelona's going to lose a game or drop points, it's going to be away at these places, at these small grounds, where the atmosphere is going to be incredible, where you know that Villarreal and their fans are going to be all over it.
Well, apparently
it's the biggest, one of the biggest games of the season. And that competition part of it is taken away. Because you can put your bottom dollar on that Barcelona's going to beat Villarreal in Miami. Guaranteed.
I think
Well,
Guaranteed.
Villarreal are the third best team in Spain at the moment, I believe. But there was also, and I stand corrected here, that Tebas, part of his argument was that Barcelona haven't won at Villarreal for X amount of games. That's kind of where he was coming from, for those that were saying, well, this is going to take the competitive edge away from Villarreal not playing at the stadium. The big issue here is, a lot of this revolves around the Premier League. 20 years or so ago, the Premier League put in this marketing drive that basically rammed it down people's throats around the world. We are the best. And then you have teams like Man United and Liverpool and Arsenal and Chelsea, and the list goes on, that have got a global fan base. And they drove that home. And that drove TV rights through the roof, not just in Britain, but around the world. And every other league, and if we consider La Liga at least to be the second strongest in Europe in terms of TV marketing, that left every other league lagging behind. And they're now trying to find every way they can to bridge that gap so that the money flows down, as it has done in the Premier League, the money that the likes of the Bournemouths and the Southampton coming up and the West Hams who are awful, the money they're getting is smashing what similar teams in La Liga are getting. And all they're trying to do, right or wrong, is find a way to be able to bring more money in to filter it all the way down.
Barcelona, I know, but the crazy thing is, Barcelona has been going to the US for how many years? I was coaching in MLS in the mid-2000s and Barcelona were coming to the US.
Right.
So what's one game against Villarreal going to change the fact that Barcelona has been coming to the US probably every year for the last 20 years?
Well, maybe
so all of a sudden,
I think
one competitive game is going to change the whole outlook of American fans over Barcelona. How's that?
I think the serious stuff here is what Craig alluding to or saying is that from every season or every second season, we got one step further. I mean, we always do something new, okay? And we have to understand, and people, especially the American viewers, they have to understand how conservative soccer, football are in Europe. We are very, very conservative. I mean, when a football team's coming over to Europe and play, we love it. I mean, we fill the stadiums. It's fantastic. And maybe the other way too. But what is the next thing that will happen if we accept this? Now UEFA said, yeah, we accept this, and if this and that, we can do that. What's the next thing we do? I mean, in 2-3 years, we find down the line before the Saudi World Cup, will we have a Saudi team in the Champions League? Why not? That could be good. Then we can extend that. We can do money there. I mean, why not? So every time we say a small thing, we go further and further away because there are so many power organizations battling for the money, battling for the power in there. We have a Club World Cup, we have Champions League, and we have a Super League called the Premier League. And then they get desperate. And just to end, I mean, who are the most owners in the Premier League from there, from America? Imagine when they have their meeting, they're going to have a vote that we're going to play one Premier League in America. I think they will be okay. They have a majority.